Hey, all viewers and viewesses, my name is General Red Strategist. I'm joined by Phil via Skype today. How you doing over there, Phil?
Okay, what's cracking with you? What's
I'm alright.
crack-a-lacking?
Yes.
What's the crack?
Got crack-a-lackin'.
C-R-A-I-C, as
Yeah.
they say in Ireland. Yeah.
Wow, it's crack-a-lackin' ace. You know, that's a thing I've not seen in a meme for a good while.
Crack-a-lackin'?
Yeah,
Yeah.
crack-a-lackin'. You know, we crack-a-lackin' and all that, Phil, because we got no
We,
crackers.
maybe we're full of crackers. That's us. We're
indeed.
we're just full on
I
cracker.
forgot the
aren't we?
crackers, Gromit. There you go. That just popped into
Oh
my
yes.
head now.
Oh, that's a good
Wallace and
reference.
Gromit,
Yeah.
Grand Day Out and all that. So, this is something we've not done in a while, Reddit reactions. I can't remember what the last ones we did were.
We did it was quite a while ago, I must say. We last did Red Reactions a very long time ago. I think we did like Mildly Interesting and things like that.
Okay,
But
yeah.
yes, it was a while ago.
Indeed. So another round of a couple of subreddits here with us, where we're going to be browsing through, reacting, giving our thoughts on them. Starting off with my pick, so r/no yes. This is apparently the one where basically it's situations which look like they're going to end badly, but then something fortunately
nice
in
Yeah.
and saves the day. And
Now,
that first one,
there is an opposite one,
Yeah.
which is yes, no.
indeed, yeah, I've heard about that one. Maybe that's a future one to look into as well, unless Phil's secret one that he's going to reveal in the second part of the video turns out to be that one. Who knows? No, I don't think it is. It's not that one, but maybe in the future. Okay, Phil. We'll get cracking on with this one then. So we got a nice, good one to start off with, by the looks of it. Military recruit saved after dropping live grenade at his feet.
Gordon Bennett, this is
Yes.
going to be
This one's got
interesting.
sound as
So,
well. 55 seconds. This one. Let's see how
okay,
this
let's
one
take a look.
turns out.
Yep, 3, 2, 1.
Let me see if I can. There we go. Pull that into full size.
Okay,
Oh, dear God.
so we've got our military recruits, right?
Yeah. Oh
4 to
Jesus.
7.
Oh,
Have a look
boy.
at this. Oh, look at my grenade. I love it. Do you? Do you love it too?
Nice grenade. Oh God, he's going to drop it.
Oh,
Oh,
what is going on?
whoops. Oh,
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Run! Boom!
Oof. Thank God for the sandbags being there.
Well, yes, sandbags are proper protection.
They are nice sturdy things. Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
God,
that.
you can see it there rolling.
Yeah. How
Oh,
many
well, okay.
times, Phil, have I done that in games like RTCW and stuff like that, where I've tried to throw a grenade around a door and it bounces off the door frame back towards you?
Yeah.
That's what that kind of reminds me of.
It's slightly more scary, isn't it?
Yeah. What country are these from? Because I'm just looking like the
sure.
flags and stuff. Okay, well that's the entirety of the video there. Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
fortunate to those two. They're very lucky.
They're
Good
very
Lord.
fortunate because
Yeah.
that could have been very,
Horrendous.
very serious.
It could have been.
That's not.
Oof, yeah, but like I say, it just reminds me of all those moments I've had in FPS video games with grenades, where I try throwing them, they rebound off the surface back towards me, and I have that mini panic attack where you're trying to run away before it blows on you.
I like how we had the famous red circle, so we
Indeed.
could understand where it was going.
Yeah.
But yeah, that must have been.
Oof, I know.
That must. I think their pantyhose went very brown that day.
Yes, just a little bit perhaps. There you go. Wow, man. But yeah, lucky to be alive there. That could have gone horrendously wrong.
Horrendously wrong, but
Indeed.
yeah, we wouldn't be able to show that if that was.
Indeed, that wouldn't be on the subreddit. That would be, yeah, that would be on a very different subreddit, if at all.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, on to the next one then, I do think.
Which is titled "Stupid Cat."
Stupid cat. This is an image, this one. Let's have a look at what we got here. Oh, God. It's a bloody hell, go away, friggin' privacy thing. Well, it's a cat that... Jesus Christ. Well, that,
Myself.
yeah, that was a bit,
Okay.
well, it's an animal. What can you think? Animals do strange things at times.
For goodness sake, I mean, come on, you got to think. There's a monster of a bloody wheel.
Coming up towards you. Yeah.
Oh,
It's the woman who grabs it
just
and
gonna get
flings it out.
I know.
So what country is
Thank
it?
God for the
What
woman.
cheaper?
eh?
I'm just looking at some of the words on the buses and things like that, and just thinking, what country does this look like? But
So,
yeah,
Andrew's playing his own game of GeoGuessr.
I know.
Okay,
This isn't GeoGuessr. What am I doing? I just like how she grabbed. Is it a woman actually who grabs it, or is it a man? I can't quite tell.
I'm not too sure.
I can't tell because of the video quality, but I just like the way they grab it by its front paw, like they're pulling a disobedient child along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out.
Get out of there.
Touched by that. For goodness
Yeah.
sake.
Indeed.
Oh dear, poor cat.
I know, it's
I
just
like
as well the
cats.
bus stopped. I do like cats, yeah. They're one of my... They're a good
They are
animal.
lovely.
If I was to have a pet, I would go for a cat, probably.
Oh, absolutely. So would I.
Okay, actually, yeah, that looks more like a man, actually, than a woman, now that I think about it. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with trying to work out who the person pulling the cat out is.
You
but,
do think you know.
yeah, I don't know. I just like the little details and all that, eh? Okay, well, not much to say about that one other than that cat has had a bit of a lucky escape right there. Good lord.
Yeah.
Well, on to the third one then, I think. So, this Subaru was built for the snow, and goddamn, I'm gonna prove it. It's already playing. Oh, he's got it wedged in the snow. Oh, dearie me.
Go on, that's it.
Get your revs on. Oh, what?
Right. Well, it's going to be a no, yes, so we're going to see some sort of positivity come out of this.
Yeah, some positive resolution, but at the moment he's just sort of going backward and forward.
Struggling, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's having a bit of a struggle.
Bit of struggle there.
It's like in those games, you know, where those eventually it's like Lara Croft and everything, where you're swinging on a vine.
Yeah.
So back, ball, back,
yes.
ball.
Just getting the right momentum in order to get it out. Well, there you go. You got it out.
There we go. Extra fart. That's it.
Extra fart noise.
Done.
Wow.
Yeah,
could you imagine if you not dubbed the video, but made your own sound effects for it? And a lot of it was just farting noises for when the snow's scratching around and flying around all over the place. Pretty good, wouldn't it?
Did well. Did well to get out though.
Indeed. I guess you just, like I say, you had to get that momentum.
Yeah, and he managed to get out of the way. It's also a big car as well.
Yeah.
A big, as I like to use my terms, a big fuck-off car.
A big fuck-off car, a big chonker, eh?
Big chonker of a car, that's it, a big Subaru.
Indeed. Big chungus. There you go. So, that was that one then. Let's head on to the next one. That's definitely not the advert right there for Azure Machine Learning Services. What we got here? We've got rescuing a kitty, everybody. Let me put that in full screen. Ooh. Okay, so it's a cat in water, which is a situation that's happened so many times.
This is some sort of rope. Is it some sort of rope? Yeah, but it's a bit tatty and...
I get the feeling this is probably on like a coastal port somewhere, so it's probably like really stiff rope with like sea salt and
it's sort of
like
that sort of rope, yes. Yeah, I see it is that sort of rope. Oh,
it's hanging on. It's hanging on gamely. I mean, it's got, obviously cats have sharp claws.
They don't like water much, do they?
No, they don't.
Not a fan.
Look at it, it's like, oh, get me up. Ah, we made it. There we go.
It's very wet.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So we need to dry that one off. That is a nice cat. Yeah. Nice colour.
Yeah. It did. Yeah. It looks like it's it's either in one of those locks or a port area because it's one of those sort of sturdy ropes that are used for boats, isn't it?
Big mooring line type things. Indeed. Yeah. Well, good to see a nice bit of resolution at the end of that one. Everybody loves to see the cat get rescued. Indeed. Well, on to the next one then.
It's
got sound.
Crosspost. It's a crosspost from maybe.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's get it into full screen. Got some sound this time round.
Okay.
Wow. Hot damn, that is some freaking pro-ass Jenga skills that is there, Phil.
What the hell?
I know. Subaru's got that. Wow.
Let's replay that video.
I know. That's just
let's
fucking...
another look.
That's brilliant. That's fucking... The balance on that thing.
God, how's it... The physics behind it, I'm wondering. How is it balancing on that one wooden block there?
Wow. Yeah. Well, that kid clearly is an expert of balance. Tightrope walker or something in the making here.
I like her in the background. There's a girl she's got like a big sort of blue thing over her head. She's like, I can't believe this. Oh, I've got an umbrella.
Maybe she's trying to balance it on her head, but she's just been completely outshone by the guy managing to balance all the blocks.
Just annihilated her.
Indeed, stolen the limelight there. You know, that's the part where you take that big blue thing, you just come in and you just whack it across the thing to make it go flying. It's like, oh no, someone's throwing a temper tantrum. Oh dear. But that's how we'd like to see the video play out. But no,
that's it. The video ended too early. That's what I say.
We'll take these awesome balancing skills. Yeah.
I know, that was crazy. Well done, man. Well done.
Good stuff. On to the next one then. Oh well, that's already started to autoplay. So what we got? A dangerous job, but somebody has to do it. Okay.
Right. It's a dangerous job. Okay.
It's nice when I'll come back.
That's like Frogger. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What the heck is he doing?
haven't got a clue. But he's running on some logs.
Yeah. What?
We're going like back and forth.
What kind of job is this? I'm not entirely... What?
Don't know, but it's dangerous.
Apparently, yeah. Wait, what?
What the hell are you doing? Doing
What?
something with his chains.
Yeah.
Links.
Is he like linking the logs together, or?
And what purpose is that
Yeah.
solving? Oh. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, what? There's like a boat that comes by at the end? What? Dangerous job, but somebody has
what?
to do it. I feel like I kind of want to see what the comments are. Maybe people will explain what the deal is with this one. Just in case. Oh God, turn that off so the sounds.
I thought at first it was a crocodile.
Yeah.
I thought the first log was a crocodile, but
So
no.
it's apparently floating logs down the river? Is it log driving or something? So I guess you have to like move them out of the way of boats and stuff?
Yeah, I'm just looking again.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's it. Because they seem to be chained. Are they chained together?
Log jam. Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know if I'm being a bit dumb here as well, but someone else has just said I'm really dumb and have no idea what's going on. What are these logs supposed to do, and what is the video guy doing? So Ruby Miggins apparently says basically you store the logs in deliberate jams until spring, or until you're ready to send them to the sawmills, which are downriver. The logger is freeing the key logs, holding the jam. Okay, so it's about transporting them downriver, just in the water, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, that's interesting. I wouldn't have... I needed a bit of an explanation there in terms of what was going
that
on.
makes a bit more sense.
Yeah, now I see why it's risky, because you're like jumping about between those logs that are floating in the water, and it's probably, flowing water as well, so it's going to be a bit risky. Yeah, okay, I get it. I see.
Okay, that makes sense.
Indeed.
Interesting little job. I can see how it can be dangerous if you fall in. Yeah, it can be very serious.
With those big heavy things moving around you. Yeah, pretty bad.
Did well.
Indeed. On to the next one then.
On to the next one, which is another cross post from What Could Go Right. Holy fuck, that was close. So,
Indeed. Yeah.
What could go right if I block someone in a parking lot? Okay.
A lot of people claim to have such driving skills, but this guy actually backs it up, says the caption at the top. I mean, obviously everyone can read that watching this, but I just thought I'd read that out because I can. Wow, that is some friggin' manoeuvring skills, that is.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Jesus.
Yeah. Well done, man.
Well, he surely must have, like, sensors on the car or something there,
Yeah,
right?
it could be at the parking set.
Yeah, either that or...
Whatever dude's parked there, you fucking twat.
I know.
You know
Jesus.
what I mean? Whoever parked there, but could basically block him, but you did well to get out. Well done, man.
Yeah, so pretty good skills right there. Okay, next one on then. So that.
Oh.
What do we got going on? Oh my god, dude!
Oh.
Wow. You just fucking went for it.
Wow. I wouldn't do that.
No, that was pretty crazy. Just stick that into your mouth. No thanks.
It's on fire. A bit of a fiery marshmallow. Everyone likes their marshmallows.
A little secret, little confession from me. I've never actually had a toasted marshmallow before in my life.
Have you not?
No. I imagine they're probably quite nice.
You're missing out.
I know,
You're missing out. Toasted marshmallows are really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to get it nice and toasted. Let it come down a bit, and it's just good because what happens is it burns it. It makes all the marshy mellow bits very gooey. Oof. And it's like
yeah.
It's really good because of the sugar content of the marshmallow. It makes it and it's really good.
So this is like heating up and making the sort of sugar content gooey. Does it kind of taste a bit caramelly, I'm guessing, or does it not?
Yeah, I mean I haven't had one in a while, but you need to get the big ones, big marshmallows. Yeah, that was risky putting that when it was on fire into his mouth.
Yeah, it's probably burning hot. But someone apparently has a very strong mouth lining, I guess.
Yeah,
indeed.
Okay, on to the next, which comes from Our Sweaty Palms. Many sweaty palms make light work. Okay,
this looks like a classic example of somewhere in Asia or somewhere where they've got a mountain road and they've got a car stuck on the edge of a fucking...
It looks very stuck, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Oh man, have you ever seen
sitting
those...
on it's not out, you got to fucking push it down. What are they doing sitting on it?
I'm not entirely sure. Have you ever seen those like videos, for example, of countries where you have like really tight roads on mountainsides?
Yeah,
and
famous
people,
one in Bolivia.
Yeah.
The Death Road.
That's the
road,
one.
I think it's called.
Oof.
Yeah.
And there's like a vehicle that's like parked at the side of the road, and then someone manages to squeeze past it. It's like super risky.
Oh, that's Yeah, that's lucky what they've done there. I can see why it's crossed with sweaty palms.
Yeah. Dangerous stuff, that.
Yeah, they managed to get it out and up. Ooh, if that had gone over the edge.
I know.
A lot of these you've got to think, bloody hell, you really do.
So a little personal actual story here. I don't know if you've ever been to Greek islands like Kefalonia, Phil, but back when me and my family used to go on holidays abroad, we went to the Greek island of Kefalonia a few times, and some of the environment there gets very very hilly, quite steep, and you have, like, for example, roads on the edge of these kind of hillsides and with like hairpin bends in them. And all you have just between you and the drop off is literally just a crash barrier, and obviously normally you just drive at a fairly decent speed, just safety. But you see like these local residents who live there, and they come like belting along these roads real fast. It's like, Jesus Christ, good Lord, no thanks.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Jesus, yeah. But it just
Youngest road in Bolivia is a famous one.
Yeah.
Where it's so tight, it's difficult to get around the corner. You can nearly fall off. There's nothing to protect you from falling off the cliff either.
No barrier or anything like that. That can be quite scary.
No barrier.
Indeed.
No barrier whatsoever. No.
Okay, so we do a couple more on this subreddit, and then we'll head on over to yours to give yours plenty of time as well.
Yep.
So a couple more then. Truck in the wind, ladies and gentlemen.
This one.
Oh wow, it's actually blowing over.
Yes, yeah. Oh God, the wind's got it. I can see the wind's sort of getting caught, I think, in the canvas.
Yeah, it's acting like a big sail. That's what it's acting
like, isn't it? Oh,
Jesus,
my God!
That's got to be the best pirate I've ever seen.
Blimey, it's that last bit there at the end. That really got that.
Went across
it
the
nearly
lanes.
Toppled over.
Yeah. It's actually in Croatia, by the looks of it, 'cause it's got Zagreb on the sign.
Zagreb, yeah, that's the capital of Croatia.
That's the one. Indeed. Yeah. Well, it was like
just to let you know, we're still not playing.
Still not playing GeoGuessr? Yeah, I know. But, I like looking at the road signs and things like that just to see whereabouts in the world we actually are.
It's about the only city that I know in Croatia.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Indeed. I guess basically a lot of people driving behind can probably see this truck going around all over the place, hence why there's nobody like trying to overtake, because they can probably all see it going a bit crazy and thinking, okay, we'll just hang back.
Over whilst he was trying to overtake.
Oh God, yeah, that would be nasty. That would be bad indeed. Okay, well, on to the final one then.
Okay, let's look at our last one. Yeah, it's another cross post we got from our dashcams. Final destination avoided. Failed warning lights and gates due to an electrical short.
Uh-oh.
Right. What we got here?
Jesus. Okay, that's a big train that's just rumbling through.
That's a double-decker train.
That is a double-decker of a train. That is. But it's probably actually in the States because they have big sort of double-deck locomotives and trains like that.
Yeah, that was. Oh my goodness me, that was. The warning lights didn't come on there. There is a scene. The way it's this Final Destination, there is a scene in Final Destination. I can't remember which it was. One of the first ones, but it's where the train goes past and there's like a little metal shard that's lying on the ground. The wind from the train pulls that metal shard off and it basically decapitates the person.
Yes.
Final Destination is all about, isn't it? I'm just going to have a look again at this one. Yeah,
it's pretty
the warning.
Scary.
Oh my God, that's just so
terrifying.
Close.
Yeah. You see that thing
I'd like to
barreling towards you.
Train.
Yeah, they have. I've seen. If you've ever watched things like Michael Portillo's Great Railway Journeys, normally he does them across the UK, but there was one he did at one time which was across the States, and he had they have these amazing sort of double-deck carriages where they have like incredible sunroofs on them, where you can just sort of just sit back and chill with like a book or something, and you can like rotate the seat so you can like face outwards and watch the scenery go by properly. It's actually really impressive. Yeah. But it makes you,
I've noticed something about this.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I know something about this. This is actually a police car.
Oh, wow.
Look, it says the Mekana Police Department to the top left, and it's got Mekana PD.
Indeed.
And it might brakes like siren, so it's actually a police car.
Yeah, that's interesting, that is. So, wow. I guess that police officer is going to be reporting this to city council or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's an electrical short, so it's no one's fault.
Yeah.
But it'll have to get reported, absolutely, because very nearly had a serious accident there.
Yeah, that could have gone so much more horribly. That could have. Because it's not going to be the train that it comes to a stop there. It's going to be you.
Oh, God, yeah, absolutely. It's going to be.
Indeed. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it there then for this particular subreddit.
Yes! It's like it's Vicar Dibley. Do you remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Jim.
Oh,
Jim.
Jim from Vicar Dibley. No. Yes.
I think that actor's dead, isn't he? Has he been dead for a while?
He is now.
Yeah.
Sad
stuff. But
yeah,
indeed.
that was our classic in comedy, Vicar Dibley.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It was. Okay, well, in that case, we'll jump cut here, and we'll see you in a second, everybody, for the next subreddit. And we're back in. We've got ourselves an interesting one now, haven't we, Phil, that you've picked out?
Yeah. The way we were, which is having a look at normal everyday life for people who are living 50, 100 and more years ago. It's like sort of old photos and scanned documents and various different things.
Indeed. This should be an interesting one, actually, yeah. I quite like my historical stuff, so it's quite fascinating to look at. Starting off then with great-grandmother in the early 1900s thought she looked too awesome not to share. Look at that. Wow. Man.
Okay, so the oldie, it's got that vintage sepia aesthetic.
Yeah, of those old photographs.
Well, so that's a great grandmother from the early 1900s, pre-1920s. Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible, really. It's always, fascinating when you have old pictures of ancestors and people from your family tree, and you just go back through them and just look at, what life was like back in that day. And
She's got that old look, hasn't she? It's just like, yeah,
boy.
Standing on some rocks here.
Indeed.
She realised, it depends what part in the early 1900s. God, could she be before the outbreak of World War One?
You never know. It could be, couldn't it?
Didn't realise. Yeah.
In that era of frigging spiralling distrust and all that, but it's interesting because I don't know. I'm just looking at, like, for example, what she's wearing. I'm wondering, is that supposed to be? It obviously says puffin across the chest, but then she's got like the anchor insignia on one of her sleeves. So I'm wondering, is this kind of like uniform or something for like almost like a Girl Scout organisation or something?
Yeah.
Possibly. Yeah. So I wonder, is this just like maybe a kind of Girl Scout day out things? I'm just looking at the scenery as well. You can't really see much of it, but it kind of looks like maybe she's on a coast or something.
On a beach, yeah. That's why I was thinking when she was standing on the rocks here.
Yeah.
You can't tell much because, of course, it's difficult at the
Indeed.
At the time.
Yeah. Okay, that was an interesting one to actually start us off there. Fascinating stuff, that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an ad on the next one.
So, my grandma and parents taught me to save newspapers from major US events as a reminder of our collective human experiences. I had 9/11, Bin Laden's death, Obama winning the election. For the holidays, I was gifted the whole family collection. I have goosebumps. Here are a few of the oldest.
Ooh, okay. Let me just put this in a new tab. Actually, let's just give the picture. Okay, actually, it's got a slideshow. Yeah, it's got a little arrow on the right.
Yeah, so we've got Man Walks on Moon. Oh my goodness, US astronauts open new era.
Oh, wow. Pretty incredible stuff. That, I mean,
Can you imagine just seeing that?
I know.
And reading that in the news.
Yeah. I think my parents, I don't know if they keep full newspapers or if they keep clippings from newspapers, but I'm pretty sure they sort of keep the odd thing for like historical events and stuff like that, or just things which at the time, you look at and you think that's going to be so
cool.
Yeah, amazing that is. Okay, so what's the
July 1969 that was, yeah.
Seattle Times.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay.
What?
Kennedy's assassination.
Blimey.
Shot by sniper in Dallas. Wow. I mean, these are, some real historical slices of the past here, aren't they? Indeed. Johnson given oath of office. Indeed. Oh wow, yeah. Johnson given the oath of office. That's a pretty big moment actually in history. That, because not only obviously did you have the assassination of a president, but you also then had the VP, the vice president, who then took on the office and who pretty much escalated, the Vietnam War and stuff like that. So it's interesting to think, if Kennedy had survived, how would history have played out?
You always think that with all sorts of events. If this happened, what would have happened? If this happened, what would have happened? You know what I mean?
Indeed. Yeah. So many things that could have gone. Number 3. Oh, okay. This is...
Congress declares war on Japan. 1,500 killed in attack on Hawaii.
So this must be, 41. This must be Pearl Harbor and all that.
Pearl Harbor, yes. Absolutely. Unprovoked and dastardly attack by Roosevelt. Yeah.
Yeah. So that'd be Franklin Delano Roosevelt giving his speech. Wow. St. Louis Post-Dispatch. 6 war extra...
Just sitting there, getting the newspaper and then reading this and then thinking, we're having another war. Yeah, it's just crazy.
Indeed.
It's just absolutely crazy. And having these newspapers ahead and seeing them. God, this person who's preserved them will preserve them, the family.
Absolutely.
I can see why you've had goosebumps, yeah.
Yeah. Well, number 4 then. So, invasion of Europe begun. Human armies locked in battle in France. Oh, June 6th. Supreme Headquarters Allied Expedition Force, June 6th.
Oh my God, it's D-Day.
Yeah, okay, here we go.
Wow.
So 44, we've gone forward by a couple of years now. Wow, such a historical moment this is.
Such historical. The funny thing was about D-Day, things could have changed.
Oh yeah.
Because they believed that they weren't going to attack Normandy, and it was the thing that, wasn't it, Rommel was away, wasn't he, celebrating his wife's birthday or something?
I think that's true, yeah. So a lot of the Germans thought the attack would actually come in like the Pas-de-Calais region, around about there, because it was the shortest crossing, but it was all about the deception and getting the Allied forces, getting the Germans to think that was where it was going to go.
That and everything, I think D-Day might have been a lot different.
It could have been, yeah. That's the thing. A lot of it hinged as well on the weather just being right for the invasion, because at the time there was no kind of certainty that the weather would be correct and that it might end up having to be delayed or whatever. But luckily, I think they had a moment and they seized it and they went in. They
seized it and basically what turned the tide of the war, really.
Indeed, yeah. Turned the tide of the war in Western Europe, absolutely. Okay, on to the next one.
Allies invade northern France. 4,000 ships backed by 11,000 planes. Beachheads won. It said reachheads because of course of the arrow. Gains inland.
Oof.
Wow.
So D-Day still very much in progress at the moment.
Yeah. Air and sea landings made in Normandy. Shore fire quelled. Yeah. Wow.
Wow. Fifth Army driving on beyond Tiber encounters only weak resistance. So Tiber is in the River Tiber in Italy, so obviously, I think the Italian campaign obviously is still going on at this time as well. So, man, you got all kinds of things that were playing out at the same time that the Western Allied forces were dropping down in France. So
yeah, look at that map there. That map's pretty cool. It shows you the UK and the US, what they're holding, and then the Nazis there.
Indeed.
What part they're holding.
Yeah. Wow. Man, that's so fascinating, that is.
And look at the newspaper as well. It's got that sort of, when you used to try and make newspapers all worthy, you burn it in tea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's got that sort of look, hasn't it?
That feel, yeah. Someone's been, spilling their tea on it or whatever.
That was it. I remember doing that. Yeah, absolutely.
Number 6. Okay. Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Churchill meet at sea, define war aims and peace plans. Oh, now how long? Which date would this be? Would this be before or after Volume 93? Can you see the year or anything anywhere? Conference is held. It's about a conference.
I can't really see, but I like the destruction of Nazi tyranny declared to be first objective. Well, guys, you did it.
He did indeed do it.
Let me just tell you that, you did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Churchill and Franklin Roosevelt come to discuss the get Hitler out and away.
Yeah.
Wow, this is just so fascinating.
I can see a date towards the top, but I can't really see the year too well. So all we know is World War II. Yeah.
But yeah, it's still World War II, which is fantastic.
Indeed.
And then the final one, French report Paris liberated.
There you go. There you go. Liberation of France. Nazis en route along the Seine, or however you pronounce it, west of city. Patches Yanks dash 140 miles to Grenoble. Germans pushed tighter against the river and into Americans' fire. Wow.
So it's all starting to get a bit better for the Allies here as well.
Indeed, and for the French in particular.
And the French, of course. Capital is freed after 4 days of street fighting. Wow. Well, those were 7 newspaper articles that were fantastic.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
The thing is, that's probably just a selection of what this person actually has.
I know. Upload some more if you can, because that's really interesting.
Definitely. Get some events from all across, more, because the thing is, we've got a fair few on World War II, but you also had ones there on later 20th century events, like the assassination of Kennedy, the moon landing. So I would assume there's probably all kinds of stuff.
There'll be loads,
from other stuff beyond World War II, which would be quite historically significant as well. Incredible. So definitely, a good post there. Who's the person who posted it? Friendly Miss Anthrope. That was a fantastic
well done,
post.
I enjoyed that one.
Yeah, real good. On to the next one then. Woman with a new television set, circa 1948. My God, look at that thing.
I know, look at that.
That is a monstrosity. Good look at it.
Well, that's what they had.
Yeah.
It would have been black and white, wouldn't it? TV then. Yeah, I don't think the colour TVs into the 1950s, 1960s
Yeah.
sort of era. That's when they came in.
I'm not sure actually. When was the first colour TV? It might well be that they had the basic technology. It just wasn't perhaps very widespread.
I'm just looking at her. Is she bearing a bit of midriff? That seems a bit scantily.
Well, I don't know if
for
it's
the 1940s.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends maybe whereabouts in the world she is. I don't know if this is like the United States, then maybe it's a bit more liberal. I'm not sure.
I like there's the oldie worldy type armchairs. You
Yeah.
know, they always had the flaps on them.
Oh yes, there's floral print armchairs which you won't be seeing dead in today, would you?
Look at its aerials as well.
I know, it's so big.
Classic TV.
Man, you could probably pick up what air traffic control is saying with those things, but
Indeed. This is 69er. Something 69 of all the numbers I could have picked.
I know, you got all the numbers. That reminds me actually, my granddad on my mother's side of the family, he actually did once have this really old radio, and I remember once when I was a kid, he actually brought it down and managed to get it working, and he could actually tune it in and listen into air traffic control at the time. It was weird.
Oh,
it was bizarre.
My goodness me, you could hear the things. Yeah.
Clear to take off now. Delta Tango 19er.
Yeah, you have to speak in English. It's a funny thing, no matter what country you're in. Even if it's a German talking to a German, they have to speak in English.
I guess that's I don't know, just one of those things which they settled on English as the kind of international language for that particular sector. It's like funny how certain languages get established in certain kind of fields. Like apparently, you know, in the realm of kind of like space and space aviation or aerospace or whatever, Russian is apparently quite a big language for like astronauts and things like that to learn. So, you know, funny things, eh? Yeah, but wow,
okay.
That was
look at the next one then.
Incredible.
So, from the 1940s, my grandfather is the one in the back from Sweden in 1942.
Oh, damn. That's an incredible colour photograph, that is, actually.
Yeah, it's got a big colour to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, just looking at like the fashions as well. You know, if you ask me, just looking at that, without revealing what decade it was from, just ask me pinpoint the decade when this was taken, I would probably not have actually said 1940s. I might have actually said slightly later, like 60s maybe or something, just looking at...
What's happening? There seems to be an overbloom effect at the bottom there.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, just the quality of the old photograph. Because I imagine this might be one of those kind of photographs which originally might have been in black and white, but then maybe they've put it through like a process by which they can put colour to it, and that's how it's kind of come up. And obviously sometimes with that you do just get like blotches and things which don't quite turn out correctly, but maybe that's what it is.
I'll say like, look at your granddad, he looks a bit wacky in the background there.
He looks like a mad scientist from a classic black and white B-movie horror, something like that. It's alive! Indeed.
It's good that they're so happy, considering it's 1942. It's right slap bang in the middle of the Second World
I think it's obviously this is Sweden, so neutral country, so it might not have
neutral countries, they weren't really involved, but they must have been hearing it all over the world.
Definitely.
Just not enjoying it, Oh dear. Okay.
Indeed. On to the next one then. Marion, Indiana, Christmas 1958. Oof, would you look at that? That's an interesting one to look at since Christmas has
some scraping's
been.
got to be done. Yep, snow all over. Look at the style of the shops and everything.
I know. Wow, that's very of its time, that is, isn't it? Fantastic.
Yeah, look at the cars. Very old-fashioned cars, and they got the massive candy cane there.
Yeah, those Christmas decorations. Oh man.
In 1958.
Yeah. Gosh, he's got that kind of, I don't know, something about the architecture also is very kind of typically American, I have to say. Like, just those...
American 1950s.
Yeah.
Those cars. So it's like they've got the same car and just cloned it.
Yeah.
They seem to have the same car.
Indeed. Yeah. That's actually an interesting question. I imagine probably there were a lot of cars which looked very similar in their design at that time.
At that time, there probably wasn't that much in the way of new designs.
Indeed. Yeah, so, looks like it could have come straight out of Fallout 4 or a Fallout game. Those cars.
Lovely, I like the look at that one.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've moved to the 1970s. We've got a large family inside their one-room home in Georgia in 1976.
Wow, okay, one-room home. My God.
A one-room home, look at that.
I know.
Oh my goodness, look at that family.
Load up a bit on my end, the large size version of this. Here we are. Wow. So Man, imagine having that's quite a few people living in one room,
So,
isn't
3,
it?
4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 people there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
living in a one-room house.
Man,
Jeez.
that is kind of, and just looking at obviously the kind of state of the room, I feel like it's a bit kind of impoverished, a bit, that, isn't it, to some extent?
Yeah, you know what it reminds me of? The one-bedroom room from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, the whole family
yeah.
living in that one space.
Yeah, and all the grandma and granddads in the bed.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
What I don't understand is how are they able to be opposite one another? Where are their legs going?
Yeah, in Charlie and Chocolate Factory, that is everybody, not in the picture.
Yeah,
indeed.
not the picture. Yeah.
Well, it's like tops and tails.
That's a good photo.
Yeah,
yeah,
very good photo, that one. But also the fashion sense as well.
All families.
Yeah, just looking at the fashions as well, very much of its time,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I always say it to friends and family, but 70s to me was a decade that fashion forgot.
Very garish.
Yes, very strange colour combinations, indeed. Okay, on to the next one then. 1922. Keep an eye on the police holiday card. Go ahead and have a happy new year, but keep an eye on the police. That's a funny one. Okay. Yes, strange. What's that all about? Hold on, maybe if I get it up, we'll see some comments. Warm greetings, Al Capone, says useless artist. Wow. Hang on, who posted this?
That's an interesting little
subtitle
to have there.
I'm just looking at some of the comments, like, oh, it's about prohibition, of course, because it's 1920s. I see.
Yes, oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yes, now I'm seeing. Oh, yeah.
It took me a moment to realise.
The prohibition.
Yeah, so that's probably what it means. Keep an eye on the police. It's probably a little joke. Yeah.
Yeah, because don't be drinking that alcohol now.
Have your little tipple at Christmas, but keep it nice and secret, so that the feds don't find you.
Get out to the bootleggers. Get the bootleggers on you. Be careful. Wasn't it dangerous to actually visit the bootleggers? Not because you get caught by the police, but because of the chemicals that they put in the alcohol.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It could be really bad for you, like moonshine.
Indeed. I think part of the problem also is that depending on how people had set up their stills for the actual booze, sometimes that could be dangerous. Because it reminds you of like that Simpsons episode where Homer becomes the beer baron of Springfield. You ever seen that one? And he has his stills in the basement, and there's an explosion at one point.
Yeah,
because it is kind of dangerous.
A mission in GTA Vice City is one of the main characters makes his own moonshine. Phil, I think he's actually called Phil in it, and he blows up. He blows his arm off. It's a funny little mission, but I can understand why we've got to keep an eye on the police thing. Yeah,
indeed. So that now makes sense now that we've realised what context is underlying this one. Indeed. Right, on to the next one then. Oh god, look at this.
1970s. My friends and me at our first Toga party after seeing Animal House for the first time in 1979.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what Animal House is, so that might be a more American thing.
I assume it's a band or something.
Yeah.
But Toga parties were already. They still are a little bit today. Where you go out and the university. It's like the university costume parties. I remember when I was in university, that all these sorts of various parties where you go, toga parties and all sorts of things like this. So it's not just a 1979 thing, but it looks like they're enjoying their times.
Yeah, it's a nice snapshot in time of people just enjoying their lives and getting on with things. So good one.
Yeah, after the hell that they've been going through.
How many bed sheets do you think they've raided to make those costumes?
I know. The middle, which is she eating something?
It looks like she has grapes or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's what she's eating. She's just probably been asked to do a silly pose.
They're getting in touch with their ancestors from ancient Greece.
Yeah, ancient Greece.
Yes.
We can directly trace back to ancient Greece. If only you could.
That's right.
On to the next one then.
Okay.
In December 1941, an unidentified but creative photographer was assigned to cover what might happen in Seattle if wartime authorities declared a blackout. With all the lights turned off, a kiss stolen over coffee in a downtown cafe was one of the results. Okay, so a human moment right there, indeed. December 41, so this is around about, just as the US pretty much entered the war after Pearl Harbor, so indeed.
Yeah,
it's all those questions.
It's, it reminds me as well of the famous scene where they won the war, and there was that man who gave that That sailor.
Oh, yeah, the sailor and the woman. Yeah, I know which one you are referring to. Indeed, yeah. I guess that's the thing about blackouts, because obviously I don't know if the US really kind of used blackouts not at any point. Cause,
not to our extent, I don't think.
Not to the same extent I think we had in the UK, because I think the US wasn't really threatened by bombing, aerial bombing that is, at any point. But obviously, like here in the UK, if you go to places like the Imperial War Museum in Manchester, the general tale is that whilst the blackout was meant to kind of protect UK cities by making it difficult for German bombers to navigate, obviously under the cover of darkness people used to get up to all kinds of stuff. So
well, this is a nice moment here.
Indeed.
Unless they're committing adultery, then it's not a nice moment. But if they are just genuinely I like the way they've linked their hands. He's got round and she's put her elbow up like that. Interesting little way, that.
Indeed. I'll kiss over the coffee. There you go. On to the next one.
Which is a husband and wife sharecroppers in Oklahoma in 1914.
Look at them two.
They're loving life.
Yeah, seems so, doesn't it? Well, 1914, so just the outbreak of First World War.
What are sharecroppers?
Sharecroppers? I don't know exactly, but obviously something to do with kind of pastoral farming, but it might be that maybe they have a share to a certain plot of land. Maybe they don't own it, but perhaps they just have kind of admittance to grow crops on it, possibly. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's what it is, but I'm not 100%
Are they
on
actually
that.
laughing? Because the woman looks like she's crying. I don't know if it's just laughing.
I think they're both laughing, but the woman at the same time, it's hard to tell.
On the outbreak of the First World War. Oh dear.
I know. Big things happening in the world at that time. But
Absolutely. Okay.
On to the next one then. Children in London celebrate Christmas in an underground bomb shelter, December 25th, 1940. Wow.
Oh dear.
Look at that.
Christmas Day. God, look at that.
I know. It's a big shelter, though, isn't it?
I know that is. Yeah. It's a big shelter. They didn't do what they did in the First World War, where they all came out and played football.
Oh, yeah.
On Christmas Day. Yeah. That was it.
Indeed, yes. No,
that's a big old bunker, isn't it? How many people are in?
Yeah. I'm guessing when it says underground bomb shelter, does it just mean like just a generic shelter, or does it mean perhaps on the London Underground? Actually, no. If it was London Underground, it'd be capitalised probably. But because I know obviously in London they use the tube sometimes as for sheltering, and people would just sleep on the train platforms. But
not on the benches. Yeah. But you know what's disappointing about this picture? Mm-hmm. And you'd find this disappointing. Where's the turkey and bread sauce?
The turkey and bread sauce.
Not there.
No, they're probably being served up there. Ersatz turkey or whatever. Or they're probably their Woolton pie, whatever it was called, which is basically just a pie full of vegetables.
They've got some of that plastic, that papery thing that you used to put above. Do you see up there?
Yeah, this kind of big, I don't know what you call them, like streamers? No.
Streamers, yes, something like that. I think it's streamers.
Yeah, I know what you mean, indeed. Okay,
on to the next one, yes, which is teenagers listening to some records in 1944.
Ooh, hello, records, wow. Look at this.
New records, the old vinyls.
Yeah,
having a listen.
Indeed.
Need a bit of a break from the war that's happening still.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, what country might this be in? I feel like this could be in the States or something somewhere, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just assuming there. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. You never know. Maybe it is in the UK or somewhere in Europe, perhaps. Who knows?
I wonder how when they say they're playing the records, I think giving them a bit of a listen to. So is that the record player there on the right hand side next to the
it could be, couldn't it? It looks like it actually. Yeah.
Just have a listen before they buy. Yeah.
Indeed.
Because of course you had no internet, no computers then, so they've got to have some way to entertain yourself.
No Spotify, nothing like that.
Spotify.
Indeed. Oh wow. I mean, again, I'm just sort of looking at what people are wearing because fashions and all that. But a guy in the background with this fucking long sort of patterned coat that he's got on.
Yeah. Notice that. That's quite interesting, isn't it?
Also,
you see the records in the background there. Is that how they were with the musicians actually full?
Yeah, probably.
Profile pictures. Yeah.
I won't be surprised, yeah. Also, the guy who I just mentioned a moment ago, he's got that thing going on where he's got his pants up quite high. You know how they did.
Oh, yeah. They did have it quite like that.
Yeah. Funny old fashion sense, but interesting stuff.
Yeah, the fashion sense as well. The women always had their hair like that, didn't they?
Yeah.
The sort of with the back there and sort of puffy at the front.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Very distinct hairstyles of the
sort
era.
Of like 40s style.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one then. Relaxing with a smoke around 1960. Wow, that is very 1960s colours and.
It is, isn't it?
Isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah.
You've got the 1960s colours, the famous old-fashioned armchairs again there.
Indeed. Very bold colours. Very stand out. Quite distinct in that regard. Just looking as well at things in the background, like the books and the various decorations and furnishings that they've got. Was that like a little? You see on the just where the woman sat, and just to the right of her, they've got that like little chest of drawers behind, and then that that like book container thing on top of it, where they're at a weird like slant. Is that like are they books?
Oh yeah,
looks interesting.
I think they are
piece of furniture. Just
peering
very closely.
Like what seems to be like a toast rack.
Yeah. Like a toast rack. That's actually a good comparison. Indeed. Fascinating.
You only ever get those. The funny things are toast racks. You only get them, when you go to a hotel or something and go down to breakfast. They put the toast rack out and they put it there.
Indeed.
And take it out and butter it. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. And smoking in your own house. Smoking indoors.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that'll make a smelly house. Plus, it will all get all of the ash and the nicotine will just stick to the walls.
Yeah, staining and all that. Oof. But oh man, I think I've probably told you before about how it was just completely different attitudes at the time, and like I've seen old sort of footage taken from inside hospitals here in the UK with like people going around selling cigarettes to people just smoking on the wards.
Yeah, and doctors believing that cigarettes don't cause cancer and everything was fine.
Yeah. How far scientific knowledge has come since then. Indeed. Okay.
Well, I think we should do probably about two more.
A
couple more.
Yeah.
Okay.
On to the next one. Scandalous great-grandmother in the 40s, Phil. Oof, that's a raunchy shot.
That's very risky.
Risque. Indeed it is.
Oh, my goodness me. The person's username, Florida beat COVID.
Wow.
Okay.
Very relevant at the moment. Wow, yeah, I mean, I suppose by the standards of the day, it would be
that is quite scandalous, I think, for the standards of the 40s.
Yeah, definitely. The thing is, like, if you look at, like, for example, it's funny actually because the 40s, we were still kind of in that cusp where attitudes towards that kind of thing could still be a bit on the more prudish side. Like, if you look at kind of swimsuits that people would wear on the beach and things like that back in the 40s, generally they were still quite conservative. But then, like, literally the next decade, you had the emergence of much more, like, skimpier swimwear and things like that. It was like this sudden change.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. Because, like,
it was so funny.
50s and 60s, you look at like pictures of famous actresses from today, like Brigitte Bardot and people like that, and just like posing in tiny little bikinis and stuff like this. It's just like this sudden change and sudden kind of about face in terms of what society started to deem to be acceptable, things like that. So it's fascinating, really, looking at how attitudes change over time.
I'm trying to figure where this. There's not much we can go on in the picture, but it seems to be on some sort of. Lying on the ground there, would near to some seems to drop off to a load of plants.
Indeed. Is it like
but can't see much in the background.
I was going to say, is it like a bench or something? But it's hard to tell, like you say, because the background is
looks like a concrete sort of block.
Yeah, strange.
Probably
thing.
Maybe some beachy area. I wonder if that's sand there. It's quite sandy.
Yeah, indeed. There you go. So one more then, Phil.
Okay, so these children from 8 years old up go to school half a day and shuck oysters for 4 hours before school and 3 hours after school on school days, and on Saturday from 4 a.m. to early afternoon from 1911.
Wow. God, yeah. That's a hard life, that is. Not just going to school, but then you have to come home and work for hours and hours each day, and oyster shucking.
I know, shucking oysters as well. It's not easy work either.
No.
Poor children. Yeah.
Indeed. But that was, the time, really. A lot of people kind of lived these sort of hard lives, because obviously this is 1911. Then, this is going to be way before a lot of kind of compulsory schooling, social security
stop
systems.
Children from working. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
So young.
Indeed. So, different time, like you say. People just had to do what they had to do.
But it's when you come from sometimes with poor families, you have to try and get the money, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
But Indeed. 8 years old up, that's how young they were.
I know.
Do 4 hours before school, 3 hours after school, and then on Saturdays as well, getting up at 4 a.m.
Yeah. Oh. The thing is, like I say, it's 1911, so you go back into the Victorian era in the 1800s, it could be even worse. You could have very young children like working in factories and stuff like that. So it was Yeah. Gradual improvement, but it took a long time. But
a long time, but at least we're at a good stage now.
Yeah, indeed. Well, that was quite fascinating, that was, as a subreddit. I really enjoyed going through that one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Very different to some of the ones we've looked at before. And it was a good pick there, Phil. A very good pick.
Well, I didn't pick it. Funnily enough,
technically, yeah.
Yeah, it was a random selection that picked, and it picked this one. Out of all the subreddits on Reddit they could have picked,
it picked a good historical one, something catering to our sort of taste. So I think this algorithms behind this website, it knows what we're looking for, Phil. Indeed.
It does. It knows what we're looking for. That was a very interesting one. Yeah, could always come back to that one in the future.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. So, hope you enjoyed that then, everybody. That was another episode of Reddit Reactions with myself and Phil. We started off with no, yes, and then we went to the way we were. So, hope you found that quite interesting, everybody. And other than that, the two of us will start wrapping up now. So, Facebook, Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. In the meantime, this is the two of us signing off. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. That's it. There we go. Fucking hell. Ooh, right. I don't think you necessarily need to do it speedily. You just need to keep trying. You just need to get it in the right order. Little sound comes from somewhere in the room. That's the cage, no doubt. Okay. Okay. Nice to have an audience. I won't lie, even if they are a bunch of creepy-looking demons. Well, good to know that the spirits of hell certainly appreciate good music. Right, cage door is open. Inside is a puppet. I feel like we have to take it out. Ugh. Well, can't say I was expecting a hand, but okay. A detached, twisted hand.